Ongama, good evening and thanks for your time tonight. Firstly, as you see it, what are the biggest problems that the mother body, the national ANC, what are they facing when it comes to bringing some kind of congruency and agreement in the Eastern Cape?
Thank you, Kathy. Good evening to your viewers. So one major problem of the ANC can be summed up in this: the failure to allow branches of the ANC to self-determine, and the need by whoever is in a structure that is above the one that needs to go to an elective conference or NGC to want to control those outcomes. So, for example, there's been a number of regions that have been disbanded. Among them, OR Tambo, where the current, I think, provincial treasurer is from. So what's happening is that, sorry, the current secretary, he left a vacancy in OR Tambo, and that region needed to go first to an NGC and then an elective conference. But there's been protests there whereby the people are choosing the current leadership at that structure of wanting to determine the outcomes of processes by first working to ensure that certain branch leaders are elected, others are not. In Nelson Mandela Bay, the ANC in the province is disbanding a structure in the region, which, among other things, it sees as posing a challenge to it, that is the province, controlling the outcome of the election of a new regional leadership here, following the firing of Andile Lungisa last year as the provincial chairperson.
Ongama, this defiance, I suppose, even off the back of Sunday, where an entire rally could not go ahead because of these decisions, comes as somewhat of an embarrassment, I imagine, even to the leadership of the ANC. They seem to not have control of the situation.
Absolutely. So unlike in OR Tambo, for example, where you have a very huge contingent of people that are protesting and are perhaps appealing to the province to intervene, in Nelson Mandela Bay you had the opposite, where certain sectors were actually for the regional leadership, but also keen on having a regional general council. So province then took the unilateral decision to disband the region, when in fact they were justified more in acting against Andile Lungisa. So it then created problems with them where there's been open defiance. And we know that the business sector here has mobilized people that are very close to what's unfolding within the council, and perhaps may see some vested interests in having the current leadership continuing to lead. So what province is facing in Nelson Mandela Bay is a legitimacy crisis, and it's far wider in this than OR Tambo region, for example.
And certainly the NWC seems to have its work cut out for it. In terms of the work that they've been doing this weekend and even today, saying they're meeting with regions to try and understand what the problems are, what needs to come out of this process, let's say tomorrow when they give us the outcomes perhaps of what they've been able to find, in order for them to charter a new path, or to at least get the sense that the tasking they want will be installed and that there will be some kind of direction for the party?
I think a truce or breaking of an impasse or the standoff that's currently there is the only legitimate solution, and it would need to be seen by both contending camps to be accommodating both the political objectives of those that were here in the region, especially Nelson Mandela Bay, and those that are at province. Anything that is showing the zero-sum politics of either province or Nelson Mandela Bay wins all is not going to fly for the party, in fact, throughout the province.
All right, Ongama, let's leave it there for tonight.